Hello there. As you all know me, I'm Boris Kuryakin. I'm a master tattoo artist with a lifelong experience in art, 25 years of experience in tattooing. I'm just making this video because I get a lot of questions about, oh, can you go ahead and jump on the iPad and start drawing and designing tattoos and all that. And I see, don't get me wrong, and I don't do that. I'm gonna start by saying that I don't waste my time on the iPad or the computer making designs or trying to show the client how the tattoo is gonna look. And I'll tell you why. But before I'm gonna tell you this, I see a lot of artists on Instagram and TikTok, YouTube, how they're real good at drawing on iPads, and they use software like Draw Pro or Generate. Um, but I mean that's good for them if that's the way they do it. But then most of the time, I see that the tattoo they came up with based on the drawing in the iPad with the use of these Generate or the other applications are completely not synchronized, completely different. And I have two schools of thought about that. Either they are very good drawing on computers and iPads and tablets, but their skills as tattoo artists don't match their skills with the computer because they are two different things. And you can impress anyone with an iPad and start drawing female warriors with hair dresses and or head masks on the iPad. But then the actual tattoo that you make out of that design doesn't really justify uh, the drawing on the iPad. And yes, of course, there are real great masters that have mastered both the iPad drawings, designing, and all that, and the actual tattoo they come up with. That's amazing. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody's like that, but at the same time, what I'm trying to say here is that either you're good at tattooing and providing good pieces for your clients. And here I'm going to tell you something very that only tattoo artists are going to understand probably is when you make a tattoo or you do a tattoo, if it looks awesome, fresh, I would like it to look awesome a year down the road, 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. You know, that's called longevity of the tattoo. Because a lot of times I see, and I have clients coming. That's why I'm talking. I have a lot of clients coming here for they call it touch ups or adding color, but in reality they're crappy tattoos, poorly performed, poorly executed, that look awesome, fresh, but then over time, because the tattoo artist or the tattooer didn't apply the ink at the right depth or use the right tones of black and grays, or for whatever reason, the tattoo don't last more than a few weeks. When the tattoo heals and all the scab comes off, you have nothing, or you have a very light, dim shade of what it used to be an awesome tattoo a month ago. So that's the point I want to make with this video. People ask me about that. Oh, but the guy showed me a beautiful design on the iPad, but look what he did to me. It doesn't really correspond. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you here, guys. You know, when I see these videos on Instagram and TikTok where you like draw amazing, provide amazing designs on the iPad and then you print that stencil and apply to the skin, people is hoping that you're gonna give them something similar to what you offer. But then again, if you don't have the proper technique, that tattoo is gonna look crappy in a few days and weeks. So again, that's the point I want to make, right? Either you're good at drawing on iPads, or you're a good tattooer and your tattoos last a long time, they don't fade away, or you're in that 1% where you are a complete master of both, and you're incredibly famous, and your tattoos last 10, 15, 20 years. But in other words, people don't really impress me when they come up with these iPad designs. And I'm imagining as a client, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, my tattoo's gonna look like that. It's gonna be awesome. And probably that's the point. Probably that is the point with most artists, that they want to impress the client, psych them up into thinking that is what I'm gonna give you, and then they give them something else, or they give them something that is not gonna last, you know. And there I come with another point I want to make is I'd rather stick with the black and grays. I'm sometimes okay if the client asks touches of little color in the eyes, you know. I'm even reluctant to use white. You know, I really use white sparingly, just a little bit in the right place, you know. The dot, that bright dot in the eye, that this either this bright line in the nose here, maybe the lips, 1, 2, 3. You see, like in my face, maybe here. That's right. The reason why is because over time, white either disappears completely or turns yellow. The skin turns the white pigment yellow. So I'd rather build up my tattoos with black and grays in different shades of gray, from the 80, 60, 40, 20%, and sometimes 10%. But in the right amount, in the right place, for the right reason, okay? Another thing I don't like is the watercolor, because unless you build up a good skeleton, I call it a good structure, a good skeleton with black and grays. That way, even if you apply like beautiful watercolor style colors, and if they fade away, because they will fade away, you at least have a good structure in black and grays, so the person can say, yeah, I know the colors kind of fade away, but this is the tattoo I wanted. You know, whatever, a fish, a rose, you know, whatever. But if you want to build a tattoo using zero black or just a little bit of black or grays, and you want to make it all with color, I'm telling you right now, that tattoo is going to look awesome probably for a couple of weeks, and then give it a month, let alone 2, boom, all that is fade away. You won't even recognize what you had at the beginning, or what idea was. Well, I'm just ranting here, you know, throwing a lot of ideas based on my experience and what people ask me, you know, especially my clients that come here with they call it touch-ups, but then I tell them, listen, it's not touch-up, I gotta do this all over again, you know. Actually, most of the things that this guy did are gonna get in my way. I gotta walk around them or over them. And sometimes I like the fact that those tattoos fade away, so they're not on my, you know, in my field where I'm working as hard as much as the very black, you know, lines or whatever. But anyway, shoot me a comment, you know, tell me what you think about this. But again, I go back to the original idea of this video, is that people with their iPads don't impress me. And as a client, I'd rather have a guy with a very simple stencil, few lines to do where he's gonna place, you know, the elements of my tattoo, than somebody coming with a beautiful rendition of the tattoo idea on an iPad, and then boom, giving me a crappy tattoo. All right. So I don't know. This video is oriented towards customers and towards artists or towards young artists. I mean, it's awesome that you can design on an iPad beautiful things. But again, I would rather, if you call yourself a tattoo artist, I'd rather emphasize my skills, or I'd rather improve my skills with the needles and the machines and the blacks and grays and some color, because what the client wants is not a beautiful design on the iPad. The client wants a beautiful tattoo that's gonna look good from beginning to end, that's gonna look good a month from then, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 10 years from then, from the time of the tattoo. They already have that, and that's what they want. They don't want them. They don't want you to impress them with a rendition on the iPad that's gonna look amazing, right? So just, I mean, my rantings. Peace. This is Boris Koryakin. Have a good day.